In the previous video, we have seen a clear-cut idea on what documents are required for masters abroad before you get an admit, and after getting an admit. Here, we will just see a live demo of how to apply for a University of Masters abroad, and then you will get a clear-cut idea on how to proceed for your application as well. So then why to delay? I'll share my screen and you can get to see that yourself.
First, let's open the Graduate Student Application Management page. Here, either you can use the first time user, that is where you create a new account, or if you are a returning user where you have saved your application and you can resume it anytime. Now, I have created an account where it will send you an activation code to the email. You need to enter that and change your password. With the login credentials that I have used previously, I'll be logging in to the account and I'll be showing you how to fill the application. Let me fill in the details first. So yes, once we have opened the application, we'll be clicking on start a new application. In start a new application, create an application where we'll be creating an application for 2021 admissions, that is graduate admissions. It clearly gives us the status of which program and which semester we are going to apply. Now let's get started. In the first page of getting started, usually for every university, they clearly mention on the steps and processes or as well as conditions that are to be required for every student. Carefully read all of these, and since this is the pandemic period, they have also mentioned various COVID related instructions. So following on with the next procedure, don't forget to read the complete instructions. Here in personal background, you are required to fill in the details of all your personal details, including your name, your family name, your address currently you're residing in. For permanent address, it's better to fill in the address that's present on your passport. And for your mailing address, probably what happens is few people live in other states or other places other than their own hometown. So you can fill in your mailing address. There is no condition that mailing address and permanent address should be the same. So continuing with the application, we'll be filling in the email address and various other military status details, that is now no relationship. And let's go on to the next step. In the international supplement, you will be giving the visa information here. Remember, all steps are almost same in every university application, so you don't need to confuse on which university you are applying or things like that. But remember how I am applying and you can apply the same. So here you need to select on which visa term you are applying. That is, you are an F1 student. A student who goes for a master's is termed as F1 student. There are various visa categories, and you can check out my other video on different visa categories. For a master's students, we go on a F1 category, and so we have filled the F1 student. And apart from that, all details change person to person. Check out and fill that accordingly. Let's go on to the next page. Here in the program details, I need to select which program I am going to apply. So let's for example say consider computer science. Here in computer science masters, that is MS, for the term fall 21. Remember to check everything properly, and also the program you are applying. Every program has different categories like professional masters, normal masters and PhD. So every category has its own requirements, and you need to check which you are interested in, the curriculum of every respective course, and then only apply. So let's go to the next process. So here you need to add in academic institutions that you have worked on previously, that is post-secondary institutions. Usually post-secondary institutions are the ones, that is your university where you have studied. So remember to add on your universities or college that you have studied in this section. Remember to add institution, and therein you can add your country, your dates attended, and whatever required. So whatever details are required, fill in according to your personal details. Don't mess it up. This is very important. It needs to match with your transcripts that you are going to submit to the university. So carefully take your own time and submit your application. If you are busy, you can pause this application, and once you submit, it saves, and later you can log in with the same credentials and submit your application later as well. Yeah, date conferred and expected. So this need not be the same. Date expected can change. So Yeah, that's the point to be remembered. And apart from that, the major which you are studying, that is electrical, electronics, and various other things that you need to be added down here. In the award section, do remember to add everything you have achieved. For example, the gold medal in a semester, or the subject topper in your university, or various other research activities. Everything needs to be written in this award section, because this is the direct reference they will be having, and only after this will they be able to refer your resume or various other things. So do take some time to fill everything here, and this key university takes this access into handy, and they do consider this. So give your time and fill up whatever you have achieved in your bachelor's here in awards and honors section, research papers, research activities, everything comes under this. So you need to submit the transcript that you have received from your university here. Usually, if you don't have your final semester as well, that works out. So transcript is the list of subjects and the grades you have secured. Submit it accordingly, and it will be showing you that the institution has been added. If at all you have done various other courses, you can just add up other institutions as well. For example, if you have done other courses from distance education as well, so you can add that up as well. So going on to the next section, that is test scores. We'll be adding whatever course is required here, and this is similar to the previous thing that we have done about adding the university up. Here we'll be adding the test, that is IELTS or GRE or whatever test we have taken, and write the marks according to what we have secured in our examinations. Let's go on to letter of recommendation. Especially in this particular university, they haven't given us the limit of the number of letter of recommendations. So they have just given us the option to upload how many ever we want. So what happens generally is, usually universities don't ask more than 3, that is 2 or 3, not more than that. So it's best to have 3 LORs in handy. Talk to 3 of your professors and ask them to prepare letter of recommendations for you. So you can just add your letter of recommendation here, their name, their organization, their position, relationship to you, that is your professor or your guide or your mentor, and you can just give their details here. What happens is, this mail is sent to their own account, and they will be uploading the letter of recommendation. You won't be submitting it from your side. So that is what happens here. So once you click send to recommender, they receive a mail from your side from the university, and once they upload it, you will be able to see the status here. That's how letter of recommendation works. So yes, under the status column, you will be able to see when they have submitted the letter of recommendation. And going on with the personal statement. So here you need to upload your statement of purpose. That is, I have spoken about statement of purpose in my previous video on how I have secured admit in University of Waterloo. So this is where you need to upload your statement of purpose. So remember that you need to add your employment, publication, thesis, and whatever research activities or other scholarly activities you have done in your bachelor studies, you need to add everything here. And once you upload your PDF file here, it's usually recommended to add your PDF file rather than the Word file to upload in your various universities. Let's go on to the next section of additional information. Here they have asked about the various research experience that you have earned in your university or various other internships or various other activities. This is not usually asked in various other universities. So it depends from university to university. Check out with your bachelor's college and fill up the application accordingly. Don't confuse, or please take up your time. Fill the details accordingly. And let's go on to the next section. Once I fill this and read all the things, so let's go on to the affiliations. So affiliations is where you need to add your various honor societies or learned professional societies which you are a member of. For example, you are managing director of IEEE university activities, or various other IEC or various other research societies or honor societies, academically wise or various other wise. You need to just add them up here. And going on to the employment history, you need to add your employment history here. Also, it is given that you may skip this section and upload your CV as well, but it is recommended to add your employment history. So to be on safe side, add your experiences here, employer wise and employment wise, so that they will be having access to it and reading it properly. Don't forget to add those same experiences on your CV. So let's go on to the tuition classifier. This is where every university has different fees for in-state and out-state tuition fees. that is completely different, and according to your international status you will be opting for in-state or out of state. International students are usually out of state students, so you are eligible for only out of state tuition fees. So here you will be selecting for no. Let's go on to the next section. Here usually they have asked us for various other disciplinary history or criminal history. This is mostly asked for every university, so remember to select no if you have various history of criminal activities, and that's it. We'll go on to the next section, that is just signature. You'll be writing your name there, and that would end up the application. You just need to type your full name here, whatever you're given in the first step of the application. Remember, both should match, and that's it. What happens in the review section is the steps you have missed in previous various application steps, that is the background information or international supplement or program details, etc., everything, they'll be giving it in a stepwise order of required, feed, or error. So you can just check it out and make corrections of every section and come back, and once you have submitted everything, you can just save it for later and check out all the errors and then submit the application. This section should show no errors, and then once you have made, you can make your payment and you can submit your application.
Hey there, thank you so much for taking out some time and visiting my channel to check out videos on Masters Abroad series. If you have a little more time, check out the other videos as well. You can find those on my channel, and until then, stay safe, stay informative. This is Vivek signing off. Thank you.